neon lights, we take a stand. Knights and wizards across the land.
Good morning and welcome. It is Monday morning. It's 7:30 here at Site B. The sun is trying its best to come out. It's August 4th, which means it's my birthday. My birthday. So if you're wondering what you can get me for my birthday, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, check out the links to my merch down below, and sit back and enjoy the ride because it's time to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game sales and bundles. All right, here we go. Starting with the freebies this week, available on drive-thru and stuff. If I can get the computer to work. We have got a zombie game. We got Zombie Survival Heartbreak, Zombie Survival RPG Outbreak Undead. Okay, it's a third edition of a game, and they have an early access beta. Looks like it's sort of based on 5e. No, I don't know. Anyways, and they're open to input. So if you want to have input to help them refine the rules and stuff to get ready for the future impact and stuff like that. And then there might be a Kickstarter. Let's see what we can get on the early access beta. Looks like it's on drive-thru. Purchase this product to get updates on the upcoming beta. We'll provide you link packs for feedbacks as regularly release updates as we continue to get further in development. So am I actually getting something? Oh no, all you're paying for is the ability to get stuff in the future. I mean, you're not paying anything, it's free, but basically you're signing up for a mailing list. It's a very weird way to do a mailing list, or it's a very clever way to do a mailing list. Okay. We have from Badly Drawn Dungeons, the Red Brand's Lair. It's a 4th to 5th level adventure, 5e. Sends the party to break up a group of bandits calling themselves, wait for it, the Red Band. Okay, yeah. We have the results of the 30-person dungeon crawl for Shadowdark that was done last month. We have got a fungal problem. That's the result. It's a 9 area. So I guess it's all laid out with 9 areas. It's a low-level dungeon filmed with fungals and mushrooms and stuff like that. Okay, and it was put together at a convention, I guess, that happened in June. And so 30 people were doing a Q&A and suggesting things. And I don't know, how about a fountain that went in, and then another person was like, hey, it'd be cool. How about if, and whoever was sponsoring this mushed all the results together to give us a fungal problem. Then from Ecstatic Entropy Games, for old school essentials, we have the results of another game jam. This one is called The Tombs of Sorrow Glass. It's a 4-page adventure that gives you 19 rooms filled with stuff. It's procedurally generated, so it never plays the same way twice. And it was put together again by a group of people during the game jam who are all contributing. And then the result is this, Ecstatic Entropy Games. Try saying that 5 times fast. Joshua Viejo. I wonder if he's related to the other Viejo. Released as The Haunter, a trilogy of Call of Cthulhu types adventure. The adventure picks up where you have to deal with twins and other stuff, and it is a continuation of a previous series of adventures he's done. So some previous knowledge of the previous adventure might be needed. Don't know. It doesn't say. Alexandro Corello has released The Toad King, a one-shot adventure for Daggerheart. And so it begins. where players stumble across a village preparing for a ritual to appease the ancient gods, but they're plagued by nightmares, failed crops, and vanishing children. Do the heroes help or hinder whatever they're about to do? Paul McKenna has released Judge's Guide to the Ascension for Scion 2nd edition, where the Scions find themselves placed in the role of judge in what seems to be a simple case whose secret maybe have them question what is justice. If you're not familiar with Scion, it's one of the many World of Darkness books that came out. This one was sort of American Gods, basically, to put it as simply as possible. Your characters are somehow descended from divine individuals. That's the name Scion. We've got our usual lightning round with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 various new things you can get are free. None, it doesn't look like there's a theme to this one. Just seems to be a hodgepodge of adventures and tables and alternate rules and stuff like that for mostly 5e, but just anything. It's just a collection of stuff that's free. 30 years of L5R, what? Itch.io's got a new bundle for LGBTQ creators called the Queer Game Bundle of 2025. Over 600 products for $60. This includes video games, albums, comics, novels, tabletop role-playing games, art bundles, and more. All are proceeds are divided among creators. So 600 products by several different individuals, many of whom actually might have been LGBTQ. It's got a lot of just a sort of nonsensical stream of consciousness in regards to what is available. But it's Itch.io, so I would highly recommend that if you're interested in picking up this bundle for $60, and before you open anything, before you install anything, check it for viruses. Both times I have purchased a Itch.io bundle, they were, well, mostly crap, but filled with viruses and shit. So, yeah. It's the 30th anniversary of Legends of the Five Rings. To celebrate, DriveThru has a massive sale with over 60 titles of the Legends of Five Rings series, including the core rules. 30% off, ends at the end of this month. Dungeon Masters Guild has a bonus if you pre-order the Forgotten Realms guide through them. You get the Forgotten Realms Heroes of Gunrun and Adventures in Faerun, both for Roll20. You also unlock 3 bonus packs that will be staggered between now and the end of the year, just in time to coincide with the release of the Forgotten Realms guidebooks that I think is in November. But that could change because they're changing the candle anyways for products. I do believe I am hungover from drinking 1 beer last night. So this is $70, no discount, but you do get exclusive content. It is also assuming that you're going to pre-order the Forgotten Realms guide through them. 10 Star Games has got a bundle called the Complete Good, Bad, and Savage Bundle for Savage Worlds. And their Wild West. Not Deadlands, but normal Wild West. So they have a Deadlands, of course, for Savage Worlds, but they also have just a normal Wild West setting called, I guess it's called Wild West, Savage Worlds Wild West, taking place in the Dakota Territories. $6. We've got a pair of books for Vampire the Dark Age. One is called the Source of the Nile bundle. It gives you some source books, what it's like to be a vampire in that part of the world, and details onto Set, the Egyptian god of not funness and darkness and stuff like that. Libraries and Leviathans has got a bundle for Pathfinder and Starfinder. All the proceeds will go to the Palestine Relief Bundle. It's got 19 different third-party tables for Pathfinder. P-O? I think it's P-A, not P-O. Pathfinder, I guess that's a new game. From the makers of Pathfinder comes Pathfinder, where you can play a Poth. I don't know what that Poth is, but you get to play one. New classes, new monsters, new adventures, new optional rules, and Poths for $10. and then all the proceeds goes to support Palestine relief. Waza pulled together a bundle of titles for their Texas flood relief bundle. Grab Shadowrun stuff, Dark Tower stuff, Call of Cthulhu stuff, 5e stuff, including Pony Finder, and just stuff like that. Just a collection of stuff. $20 goes to support the victims of the Texas flood. Itch.io has got their No Ice in California bundle, 560 items for 268 creators, featuring video games, soundtracks, assets, and a lot more, plus mandatory tabletop role-playing games, including Glitter Hearts, Going Rogue, Dream Askew, Transgender Deathmatch, Legend, Mystery Vengeance, Fist, Bump in the Dark, and 400 more. This is $10, and it goes to support the Immigrant Defense Fund for victims of the ICE nonsense here in California. We've got another big bundle from Humble Bumble. This one is called the award-winning and nominated tabletop role-playing game bundle, featuring a whole bunch of different adventures and things based around the theme of products that have either been nominated for Ennies in the past or won for Ennies in the past. We'll take a look at that one in a second, and that one goes to support Extra Life. And yeah, I think it's $30 for 40 titles. We've got the Ultimate Fantasy 2D and Audio Bundle. This is for video game makers. It's $30. It goes to support the Michael J. Fox Foundation of Parkinson's Research. It's a whole bunch of stuff for developing video games, including sound effects, musical cores, maps, VTTs, podcasts, stuff like that. But of course, since we're dealing with digital stuff, before you open any of these, please check them for viruses. We've got the classic gold and silver box Dungeons and Dragons video game. Remember that one? Originally published in 1988 through 1992, contains Forgotten Realms collections, Kingdom Simulator, Dragon Strike, Death Keep, the classic Kryn series, Dark Sun, Ravenloft, Fantasy Empires, and Spelljammers. All these different adventures that were made for the Gold Box Silver series of video games. I remember those. There were some awesome ones in that collection. And that's $13, and it goes to support Covenant House. And that's week. All right, let's go and look at this month's bundle from Humble Bumble. The huge one last month was definitely worth the $40 for 57 titles. This one doesn't say, but it looks like it's $25. Let's see. Hold on. One moment, please. I'm transferring to that change. All right, for $5, you get Epilion. Never heard of it. Delta Green. There we go. There's one I've heard of. The Strange Beastery from Monty Cook Games. Lovecraftian Horror. Death in Freeport. There's one I absolutely love. 20th Anniversary Edition. A Dungeon Crawl Classic Adventure. Ashen Skies. And Forbidden Lands from Free League. This is a great game with a great map and some great ideas. So that's the $5 bundle. For $15, you get porn. You get a Delta Green adventure. You get Shadows in Freeport for DCC. You get the core rules for The Strange. You get Time Watch, a time travel game. You get Call of Cthulhu Adventure, The Static. You get The One Ring. That's kind of worth it, I guess. Mutants and Masterminds. That's definitely worth it. The Field Guide to Action and Adventure for the Transformers role-playing game. Plus, you get all the previous ones mentioned. Epilion, Delta Green, The Strange Beastery, Lovecraftian Horrors, Death in Freeport, The Iron Crypt of the Heretics, Ashen Star, and Forbidden Lands. $15 seems to be the best so far. And for $25, which I believe is the highest, we get Pathfinder Player Core. That's the new version. Vampire the Masquerade Adventure Old Sang. A Delta Green adventure called The Fall of Delta Green. Dragon Age Core Rulebook. The Blade Runner role-playing game. Blackbeard's Bride, which I believe is a adventure. Delta Green The Labyrinth. Another Dungeon Crawl classic. This one called The Dragon Fiend Pact. a core rules for The Strange, Call of Cthulhu. We've got Cults of Cthulhu and all the ones I just mentioned. And then for $25. This one, it doesn't really make any sense. Some adventures, some supplements, core rules. There's a couple on here that makes me feel like it'd be worth it for $25. There's a couple on here that I would just like never going to use, and I'll toss them if I did download this. But the 2 Freeport books definitely feel like it's kind of worth it. Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition, The One Ring role-playing game. Yeah, Death in Freeport. And the rest of it just kind of like, and the Forbidden Lands. So it doesn't feel like it's as much worth it as the last one, but it definitely feels like it's a pretty decent deal. Just sort of just not really any sense to it. And none of the big winners. These are all like best cartography, not like best game of the year, except for maybe Blade Runner. Weird, but okay. That's this week's bundles and freebies. I'll put the links down below to ones I think is worth your time. Take a moment to check them all out. Let me know if you pick any of them up, or, you know, if you're feeling a little generous since it's my birthday, you could also use the links down below to pick out my merch. And remember, I am a drive-thru affiliate. I'm also a Only Crits Dice affiliate. So those are other ways to support me for my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Have a great Monday. Stay safe out there. Get off my land. I'll talk to you soon.
Monsters lurking in the night. Heroes ready for the fight. Dice are clattering on the wood. Storylines misunderstood. Get the latest buzz from afar. Tabletops bursting like a star. No rules, just might and magic dust in these worlds.